I'm Shane Nyland, and my co host is Blake Musser. And these stories you're about to hear are from Weapons Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, 1st Marine Division, about the events surrounding and directly from the mouths of the people who were in Ramadi 2004. This is part 2 of our conversation with Jamie Rocha, 81mm mortars, sledgehammer platoon.
So let's see here. Some of the later stuff we would have gotten. Again, you wouldn't have done much with the Battle of Ramadi. You would have gotten pulled out probably with Rainmaker, like you said.
I got
not feeling very comfortable with that.
With one of the map platoons. I don't know which one it was.
But then we were outer cordon for that first major bug hunt. Then on the 10th, right, Nyland? That was the 10th.
Operation Bug Hunt.
Yeah, the first official bug hunt was then. Operation County Fair was April 8th. That was the first
There you go.
small-scale cordon search. And then April 10th was the first bug hunt in the Sophia district. That was the only time that there was, if you remember it, that was the only time that helicopters ever flew over Ramadi and did any shooting. And
I said, dude.
Yep.
And we were doing an outer cordon on that one. Mm-hmm. And that's the time that we shot that poor guy up because he ran our
Don't tell me. Are you talking about the guy who's driving a wrecker or some bullshit?
Yeah, man. Tell the story.
There you go. Tell it.
But I remember I didn't shoot at the guy, so I'm proud of myself because I was on the 50 cal. I probably would have demolished him, right? With the 50 cal. But we see some guy turn the corner and we had that Constantine wire.
Yeah.
And then we had people there trying to stop him, and he wouldn't stop. And then you see him hold on to the steering wheel and put his head down. We're like, oh fuck! That's a suicide bomber. That's all you could think, suicide bomber. So everyone just starts throwing rounds at this fucking truck. Bam, bam, bam. It sounds like fucking we should have just fucking killed the dude, and he just rolls off the ditch. There's smoke coming out of the dude. We're like, what the fuck's going on, right? And I think he survived because I think he only got hit once, and it was in the hand. Now, we're some of the worst shooting motherfuckers that day. I tell you that. And he comes out, and then I think it was Rocco. Was it Rocco or a different interpreter? He's yelling at him. I mean, if I remember correctly, they're saying that he didn't have no brakes or some shit driving a fucking wrecker.
Yep.
And I'm like, he's driving a fucking wrecker with no brakes.
That's 100%. That's 100% what happened. No, so in my defense, as far as the shooting goes and why he didn't get hit, is I was shooting at the engine. I was trying to get the truck to stop. I wasn't shooting at the guy, to be fair.
We could go ahead and we'll say that about you.
Hey,
I was on a 50, so there's no way I could have shot it unless I got permission to shoot it. So, it wasn't like I could just throw down range with a 50, and then we're doing that. One of the bug hunts, that shit would have went through all sorts of shit. So, I was a little bit smart enough to know not to lay down.
No, he did get hit a couple times. He had some pretty, very survivable, but that was some nasty hits. Actually, I remember I was helping patch him. I was part of the contact.
That's a poor guy.
No, there was a lot of rifles and 240s and stuff like that shooting at him, but.
And I want to say, even Doc took out his 9mm, started throwing around with his 9mm just to shoot it.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case. No, Doc helped patch him up, and we got him to the hospital. So.
Yeah, I want to say we went to the hospital a few times. I don't remember why though, but we went in.
No, we had. I remember there was a couple missions that we went because we had to go, check or something like that. Maybe Nyland would know better because he would have probably done some of the similar missions where we had to go talk with people. Like we weren't dropping anybody off, but I remember 2 or 3 times because I think it was you, Rocha. You and I went up on the roof.
Yes.
So to provide overwatch because we were going to be there for a while.
Yes, I remember that.
And I don't remember
why or what
Why?
we were doing. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, and it goes with I was a lance corporal at the time, so it's just more of a, just do what I say, kind of go to the rooftop and, pro- make sure no one starts shooting at us, whatever. So it's just kind of like, all right, yes, sir, I'll just do what you want me to do. Fuck, be up there with Mustard. Me and Mustard together.
Yeah,
Because it
most
seems like me and you are always paired. Mustard, like, even at the
I
government
grant.
center, I have a picture of you, pointing it, towards the street. I don't know what we're doing, but I have a picture of you doing that.
Yeah,
So
I like especially early on before we got the combat replacements and I started pulling Martinez and Adams with me a lot. I like bringing you along because I could you're you're one of the few guys that I could tell what needed to be done and I could trust that you would do
yeah,
what needed to be done while I went and because I got pulled away a lot. And so I could give you tasks and know that it was going to get done.
it's gonna get done. Yeah, I remember when they came to us, Adams, like, because he took over my team leader's position since he was a corporal, and
Oh,
that's a corporal billet. So he took it over, but he was still like, "Hey, this is your team, so you just tell me what you want them to do, and I'll tell them to do it or whatever." And I'm like, "That's cool, whatever," because he already did his first combat deployment, and he didn't. I mean, they were volunteers to come back, but he had told me that his first stint wasn't, as intense as ours was. So he was just like, "Hey, you've been, fighting with these guys already for months or whatever. Just go ahead and I'll go to the debriefings or whatever, and I'll just let you know what's going on and you help me out with the team or whatever." Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. No big deal.
that's
I
good.
wasn't one of these guys that got pissed off because he took my position. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't really give a shit about positions. I just want to come home alive. I don't feel like dying. You know.
good priorities.
Yeah.
I do remember me and Adams being on a rooftop and getting fucking ambushed. That was fucking ugly. I don't even know when it was, but it was one of the Operation Buggers. It might have been the last one. And because we were on top of a rooftop and we were there all day. And we're sitting there, like, how you start off, you're like, oh, watching every little piece of fucking grass that moves. And then after a while, I was like, bam, nothing. After a while, you're just like walking around, scratching your ass, like, not really, like, fucking whatever, right? And then it was like a traffic jam that was right in front of where we're at. And I remember looking down and I said, oh, what's this fucking car doing? And I was like, I don't know. So I kind of turned around and I saw in the corner of the eye, two guys get out of the car and just start fucking laying down fire on us. Pow, pow, pow. Now we dropped so fast. I was like, what the fuck? We dropped so fast. And I could hear over the radio, like, y'all shoot back. And we're like, fuck no. Because it felt like, as the lower they were to like the rooftop, like the ground, it felt like the bullets were like coming through the fucking wall. And we
Yeah.
couldn't get up. And I was like, man, I want to get fucking shot on top of the head. Like, how the fuck you get shot on top of the head? Right? Like, fuck. And then finally it kind of dies out. And we get up and we return fire and we hit the car like a few times. I'm sure we did. I mean, I wasn't a bad shot, And we hit the car a little bit. It kind of swerves, and I want to say someone else got that car a couple blocks down and killed him or something. I can't remember the actual details or whatever, but I remember I was so scared because I was like, I think we're close to going home, and I was like, you're gonna pick my head up right now, like, because these usually just laying down rounds on us. So I was like, fuck. And it was me and Adams. And it's funny because Martinez told that story to that first book that was written on us. And he had said in that book, I thought Rocha and Adams just got hit. I thought when we're going up to the rooftop that we're going to just pick up their bodies because they went down so fast. And he's like, but then I saw them get up, return fire. And he's like, okay, so they're good. I was worried about that, and I was like, fuck. I do remember like that. I do remember that because that was scary as shit. Because I don't remember ever being really targeted like that. Like, of course, pop shots here, blah blah blah. But it's just being pinned down like that. Like, you don't get pinned down a lot over there because you have help. People are there, guys here, guys over there, guys Overwatch, whatever. But they and I felt so helpless just laying on the floor getting shot at, and I can't shoot back because I can't even move to pick my head up because I'm scared I'm gonna get shot because the rounds was coming so close, and you could see like debris and the Brit just flying everywhere, and I'm like, There ain't no way I'm getting up. I told fucking Adam, I said, you get up if you want. I ain't getting up. So we just laid there for like, it felt like it was a long fucking time, but I'm pretty sure they probably just switched 2 magazines on us, you know what I mean? But I mean, when they're shooting AKs at you like that, it's pretty loud first off, and then they were really close to us because we weren't like we're fucking 100 yards away. They must have been about 20, 25 feet from us because they were just in the bottom on the road. They just jumped out, had the balls to jump out, started shooting at us. But I mean, we got laxed, of course. Like I said, we probably been there like 6 hours already, 7 hours, nothing over the radio. So we just figured that ain't shit gonna happen. And then got complacent. Almost took my face off, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So, yeah, but I do remember that story about Adams all the time. He was a good guy.
We did do a lot of standing around Overwatch work as other things were going on. You telling that story reminded me of there's a picture in Oliver North's book. It's when we had I can't remember what happened, but we had a bunch of guys lined up, and we were holding a corner, and there was another time that we had been there for forever, and then a car just came screaming up really quick. I thought we were done for, but it was just a guy. They drive like maniacs.
Yeah.
And so I thought we were done for, but nope. It was just somebody driving really fast, and fortunately we didn't shoot. But
yeah, no, we probably should have shot a lot more people than for doing stuff like that. But I'm glad we didn't. Shit, you know what I mean? But when you're that type of situation and environment, a lot of times you shoot first and ask questions later. You know what I mean? It's just hard to determine who is. I mean, it's like that little saying goes like, "I don't want to die for my country. I'll let him die for his."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so. I don't want to. I didn't want to come home in a box. So it's just you kind of have to determine on your own what the level of force that you have to use.
Mm-hmm.
Because your squad leader, team leader, gun ain't always gonna be around. You know what I mean? To
100%.
tell you. So but it was a good experience that I don't know if I missed and I would want to go back or would never want to go back. I don't know. I have mixed feelings for that all the time.
Well, now that you're thinking about it, what do you think? Would you go back?
If I had to go back, I definitely would 100%. I mean, I might have to drop a few pounds, you know what I mean? But I mean,
yeah, sure. Yeah, we're not young men anymore.
Yeah, but if I needed to, of course I would go back in a heartbeat. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I mean,
and I guess along that same vein, any regrets or are you good with everything?
No, I'm good. I mean, we didn't do nothing too crazy to where I'm like, man, we killed 45 people just because. No, we didn't do nothing like that. So,
right.
I mean, we just did things that we needed to do and when it had to be done. Simple as that. It was nothing too crazy. I mean, it was crazy. Don't get me wrong. We did, some shit that, you only see in fucking war movies and stuff like that. But I mean, we did them because we needed to protect each other. And, I was with Blake, I rather took a, bullet for Blake than, him for me. So, I'm all right with the things we did over there.
Good.
I'm at peace.
Nice. So thinking about now, you probably didn't have a ton of downtime, but when you did have downtime, what'd you do in the hooch, man?
Oh, fuck. You know what we did? Remember, we just played cards all damn day. We played like, what was it?
Spades.
We played 31 a lot. We played spades. Of course, we're fucking Mortimer. We had to play spades, So we played spades a lot. And I remember it was me, McLeod, Jonathan. John, you remember John, right? John and our doc. I can't remember our doc's name for the life of me.
Doc Hinkle.
That's him. We used to play
Brian Hinkle.
Spades. Yes, Brian. We played spades a lot, and we just hung out in the hooch, man. We just, I mean, I had a little DVD player, so we just watched, you know, movies on the damn thing. Everyone watched The Family Guy for some fucking reason. Had like DVDs, like burnt copies of The Family Guy, and we just sit there and watch and chill out. You know, I do remember one time we are trying to chill out, do that, and we got hit by what was it? Like a little rocket, but it had gas in it. Do you remember that, Blake? It had like gas and all this smoke flew, and people started running around saying gas, gas, gas. And my dumb ass didn't have my fucking gas mask because it's in the bottom of my fucking sea bag. You know, fuck, do I need a gas mask for? I'm not gonna put on mop gear. And I remember like just started coughing and coughing, freaking myself out. I run out the back of the hooch and I took off running by myself down the fucking pretty much next to the river. And then as I was walking back, I see people yelling at me, screaming and laughing. They had their gas mask on and they're taking it off. And I'm like, the fuck y'all laughing about me for? Like, and I'm in my fucking little fucking shorts with no shirt on, just running outside. I was like, I mean, I never to this day even know what kind of gas it was. It tasted like CS gas, but I mean, why would they hit us with CS gas? I mean, we fucking trained with that.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, they didn't know.
Yeah, and I remember because like it peppered right in front of our door. And I was like, well, I'm fucking glad it peppered there and not on our paper thin ceiling that we had up there.
No, I think that's the one that they it did hit a truck. Martinez was reminding me of that one. But they would knock a fin. They didn't even know what they were doing. They would knock a fin off of one of the side of the mortars and stuff like that, just so it would be more erratic because they didn't know. They were just trying to lob it kind of towards us. They couldn't target. And so
as a mortarman, I'm very offended by that.
Yeah.
But that's what.
So what else do you remember? Do you remember any of the? So we did some other bigger operations. Going back to the end of April. We were just doing patrols. And the first part of May is when we lost Savage. But
yeah, I remember that we weren't out with them.
No.
But when they came back, they told us that he was halo flighted, and then they brought us back. Because I do remember, I think it was Lieutenant Dobb at the time. He tried to tell us, and he couldn't. He broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say Cook started breaking down too, and he went inside. So Garcia had to tell us. So Garcia told us. And I remember kind of the speech was like, hey, guys, this sucks. I'm sorry. But we could cry for our fallen later. Right now, we have to, get back and, take care of business per se, I guess. And, we'll come back to this whenever we get home or whatever. So, I mean, he wasn't being an ass or anything. He's just trying to motivate, you to, this is what's going to happen. And just keep us going from, the loss of Savage. Because Savage he was a very unique guy. I was his roommate in Okinawa. And he was fun. He was fun to be with, I guess.
I love Jeremiah. Yeah, he was definitely a guy that you weren't going to have a dull time if he was there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a good thing about him though. He never took anything serious whenever you would tell him something, and he was just all around just fantastic. I finally met Mama Savage last year, and she's very, very nice. She was very humble, talked to everybody, her kids, her son. I just hate that she went through the same thing with her other son. Like he wanted to join because of Savage, and well, of course, his brother. He's a Savage too, right? And he got injured in Afghanistan. He got really fucking screwed. I mean, he was close to death, and I could just only imagine losing both sons like that. But he pulled through, and he survived. And so, she told us his story. He went with us last year, and he was there. And I'm glad I met them. Savage's sister, they're a very, very nice family. Trying to get them because we're having another 2-floor association reunion. Because we have them every year.
Yeah.
And we're having this one in September, late September in Corpus Christi. This past year it was October 3rd. This past year, like October last month or a few months ago, whatever. We went to Weatherford, Texas, and that's where the Unremitting, the guy who wrote it, Greg.
Yeah. Greg Zoroya.
Yeah.
He was there, and I talked to him, and we took a picture with him, and then the next night we went to a World War II museum or Vietnam museum, I can't remember. And they took us to a tour, and then we went to a celebrity softball tournament where we got to go down there and meet the players, meet the celebrities, and get on the field. We got honored on the field. I encourage anyone who listens to this podcast, hey, if you're in 2-4, it's a 2-4 association. So it's anyone who's ever been in 2-4. So you meet, Vietnam vets, like you meet guys from the 80s, like I mean older men, and of course you meet like junior Marines too. There was like 15 junior Marines that when we got out, they were just getting into 2-4. And so that's how they knew Worth and
cool.
Forky. You remember Forky?
Yeah.
They knew who Forky was. Just so it was like pretty cool. Like, I kind of want to just spread the word about this 2-4 association. Just, maybe y'all might want to join. A lot of people are actually in it that we know. They just don't go to the reunions. But Hodges is in it. Latham's in it.
Sure.
He comes down to Texas every so often. And we met up with Sergeant Major Booker at one of them. This past year, the guest speaker was General Livingston, the Medal of Honor winner.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool because he actually got to swear in Marine recruits on the softball field. And they got to read, on the field. He got to read them, him and Hernandez. Were there. So that was pretty cool. So if anybody wants the link, just let me know.
Very cool.
Like that's my number. I could just send out the link if you're thinking about if you ever want to meet up with guys who were with you too in your platoon, or they'll be there if y'all just coordinate together, have a good time. It's always a good time to reminisce and hang out, I guess, talk.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, how many guys from 2004 do you think were there?
Oh, well, this past time there was only this past year it was only me and Fern. Fern, and the guy Scott Hastings, he wrote that book, Echoes of Ramadi.
Yes.
He's the one who hosted it.
Yeah.
But he was in 2006, I believe.
He was in 2006, yeah. He was the Echo Company commander in 2006.
Yeah. But for like previous times that there's been like I've been to one with Echoes and Latham and Booker.
Oh, cool.
So it's and Echoes was like just randomly there. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? And this was in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And he's like from fucking somewhere up north, like way different country, different state or whatever. And he just showed up to one of them. You know what I mean? So, you'll be surprised on who you see there and who you don't. And then if you don't see the one that it's actually really good because then you get to hear these Vietnam War stories. And then you're like, man, so I don't feel so bad because fuck y'all did some shit over there. Like, you're in a jungle and we're running around the street. But so you get to give and take y'all's, experiences, and it's a bond that, happens.
Cool.
Older gentlemen, and it's pretty cool. Like I want to say, what's his name? Oh Lord. He fought with Golf Company. He's a president now.
Yeah, Joe Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes. Yeah. He's a president. He got sworn in this past October.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that video. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? So it's, you see random folks like that because I seen them before there years back at one reunion, and then he got sworn in as a president. So I wouldn't, like for some of y'all guys to show up and come, kind of reminisce and talk. I know.
No, I appreciate that. No, that part of what created all of this is, when we went to the reunion last year, and that's kind of what we're doing here too, is that kind of make connections, reminisce, remember some stuff, talk shit to one another.
Yeah. I didn't get to do that much with you this past year because you took off, I guess. No hug or kiss or nothing. So I was like, fuck, you just took off on me.
You just brought up so many feelings, man. I didn't know what to do with all of them.
It's funny too because my wife was like, who's that guy right there? I said, that's Mustard. She's like, he keeps on staring at you. And I was like, yeah, that was the love of my life back then. I don't want to tell you. And then like, so she caught a perfect picture. It was like, where it's like us four, and you're just staring right at me, smiling, and where I'm looking at the camera. I think I sent it to you. You know, I was like, look, I was like, yep,
no, you did.
Falling back in love again.
You're my boy, man. You had my six, and I appreciated it.
Oh yeah, I still do, buddy. Don't worry.
But
yeah, so
bringing it back to Ramadi in 2004, you remember any other specific missions? I know that you're thinking a lot of I know you were thinking a lot about the raids that we did and a lot of the door kicks. We did a lot of that.
Yeah.
But trying to.
I remember we were escorting a box truck. And I do remember I think we had not that new guy, but he was there with us, but he was a younger Marine. I think we got him for I think it was a machine gunner, because we started getting machine gunners with us for,
right.
And we're just going to box truck, and I remember getting shot at. There was contact left or whatever. And I remember getting out of the truck, and everyone's shooting at this one house. And I try to cross the street, so I'm running across the street, but I hide behind a fucking chain link fence.
I remember that.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, right? And then everyone's yelling at me, so I push forward, and then Esquivel grabs me from behind. He's pushing forward with me, and then we get to the house and we try to kick the fucking door in, and it's chained up from the inside. What the fuck, And then we finally get in, and then we kick down this door, and there's the guy just sitting there, fucking laughing at us. So we're like, oh, is that right? So we kind of rough him up a little bit, not as serious, and we handcuff him, right? We for zip time, I guess. And we go up to the rooftop, and there's all these fucking shell casings everywhere, and there's a little bit of blood on one corner or whatever. And we're like, dude, how much people were here? So, but I don't think we ever found out what happened. I guess it was just a regular, hey, shooting scooter or some bullshit. But we caught one of them inside the house, fucking sitting there laughing at us. I want to say that he had a tattoo of the Iraqi regime on his arm or something like that. So he was an Iraqi guy or something, an Iraqi army dude that, so surrendered, but kind of, I guess, surrendered, but didn't really.
No, but I actually very much remember when he took cover behind that chain link fence.
See, that's what
I forgot about that.
Those fucking funny memories of mine. I try to push him way in the back. You know what I mean? Try to be I was hardcore over there. I did some dumbass shit.
Oh, we all did.
I was gonna say everybody did something stupid. Yeah.
No, I have the time that I fell off the top of that wall trying to get into it, trying to do the raid, and Martinez gave me too much of a boost and I flipped over and I fell 12 feet and landed on my back, knocked the wind out of me. No, we all did.
But that was man, I was dude, I remember Eskimo just grabbing me, dragging me. I'm I feel like a little kid in my feet dangling on the floor. I do remember that. I don't remember what we were doing though. I remember that we were escorting a box truck, because I remember when we got shot, they took off and we stayed behind.
No, we were doing a chow run out to
there it is,
combat outpost.
Run.
Yep, yeah. We were doing a chow run to a combat outpost, and the SOP at the time was we'd stay behind while they pushed on. And
yeah, but I just remember who we were fucking protecting. I just know that we started getting shot at, and we just dismounted, and they kept pushing forward.
Yep.
And then my dumbass decided to hide behind a little bit of brush. Hey, that was fucking a force field to me, I guess. At the time, he can't see me, so he can't shoot me, type of deal. But no.
I remember standing behind a wall with you one time too, where it was just nothing but trash inside that place, and you couldn't see. I'm a little bit taller than you, and I could see over the wall, but you couldn't. And so I remember I kicked a bunch of trash up underneath you, and I was like, "Stand on this." You're so pissed at me because I made you stand on a pile of trash. It'll make my boots stink. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I need you to see.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Good
Anyways,
times. Yeah, but that's pretty much, I mean, I don't have a lot more memories. Wish I did. There's a few of them that when we're smoking in a smoke pit, of course we get, mortared, and everyone's just jumping on the ground and until the mortar stop, and then just get up and keep on smoking your cigarette. Like fuck. You know what I mean? I
yep.
remember, yeah. I want to say Lalong got like a hold of like one of those hookah tobacco things,
Oh,
and
right. I
his
forgot about that.
yeah, and like his mom would send him because Lalong liked to roll his own cigarettes. It's the fucking most ugliest thing. I smoke cigarettes, right? And my mom used to send me a carton of cigarettes, but those Iraqi cigarettes, man, it's like smoking four reds in one. So I was like, no. But Lalong would just roll his own cigarettes. So it looked like he had a bunch of just weed joints just in a fucking bag. He just rolled his own cigarettes. But then he got a hold of those hookah things and he was out back just sucking on that thing fucking all the time. I was like, where did you get this from? I don't remember him ever telling me how he got it or why he even got it, but I'm assuming it might have been that. Remember that guy used to come in and sell all this crazy stuff?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
assuming
The
he got
DVD
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, the DVD guy.
Yep.
All the porta potty guys liked him.
That's
Uh,
a lot of bootlegged movies from that guy and a lot of
oh
other
yeah,
contraband for sure.
He had all kinds of
yeah,
crap. He had candy bars. He had Fanta. He had all kinds of shit.
yeah.
And
I never trusted that shit.
well, we ended up killing him in a raid, so it didn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that he was probably checking out our cat.
Oh, he
Yeah.
definitely was.
Yeah. That was what the assertion was. Gunny Maraki swore up and down he saw him pacing off the camp and measuring it out for what maybe indirect fire. I guess if you could find somebody
Yeah.
who could read a plot, but
So
yep.
yeah, that was I didn't know that. That's awesome, I guess. Sucks for him. Good for us, I guess. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember some of the other bigger operations that we would have been a part of. Nylan, do you have a couple of those?
I mean, the things that I know that you guys were a part of, there was the engineers that were killed by the IED on
Oh,
the dam. That was late
Oh,
May
on
29th.
on the levee, right?
Yep.
I remember that shit because when it happened, we just saw bodies flying in the air. Like what the? Because it kind of like circled around, and then it was me and what was this the our first sergeant named Mac,
Yeah.
and he was walking with us, and he goes go look at that bike right there, and I said, did you see what happened over there? Like fucking no, like that's the first time I was like, mm. He goes, you're scared. And he's like, and this was after we got hit by that bike bomb too. So I'm like, and then they started searching the water, and there's nobody out there, no one,
Right.
no fishermen. So that bike is by itself. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker wants me to get killed. Like, oh fuck. So I'm going real slow. He's like, you know what? I'll just do it. Stand behind me. And I'm fairly certain. I mean, he probably would protect me how big he was. Yeah. And then he
blast
just goes and
shield.
tips the bike over. And he's like, oh, there's no bomb in it. And he just walks away.
That's
I remember that.
Yeah, he carried a shotgun most of the time.
Yeah, see, I remember that. So I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna go check that bike. I was like, can we get I mean, there was no one around in the water and that bike's by itself. So I'm like, why? And he's like, I'll just do it myself. And he just walked past me. You know how his big ass was. Like down there 6'6" and shit, like and I was like, okay.
Dude, he's
So
that's the biggest man I've ever seen in person. I mean, I know there's
I used to
bigger.
call him,
I mean, I've seen
yeah,
basketball players and shit, but like that's the biggest like
yeah, and then
non-professional
like,
sportsman.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh fuck, I was like, well, if it blows up, I might have some protection behind him, shit, because I don't know. But I do remember that levy.
Yeah.
You got killed 2 engineers right there. I think we're doing ID sweeps, right?
Yep.
Or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they
Yeah.
were standing on top of it when it went off. To my understanding, they survived.
I was just gonna say, I the last I knew that they
I
had
want to say,
I mean, those were horrendous injuries. But
yes, I think I want to say I heard that both of them lost at least one leg and an arm, or someone lost two arms and a leg, or something like that. But I mean, they did survive. So I never got their names, or because of course they weren't with our platoon or even our company.
They're engineers. So,
I
mean, their names are written down. We can find them, but they're But then the other big one, I don't know if this is the next one that you're going to talk about, Nyland, is either when Condi got killed, which we weren't out for, we did respond to it. But then also when we were the ones that transported the bodies after the snipers got killed.
Basically, right. You were talking about the gas shell attack at Hurricane Point. Not long after that, like a week after that, was when the snipers got killed.
Yeah, it was if I'm correct, it was Contreras, Otay, Parker, and I can't remember the fourth one. I see his face. I can't remember his name. But I remember Contreras because he's from Houston. And I remember being on a 7-ton, and it was like days before that. I guess they were leaving. And I don't know why, but I was a fucking fat guy in the platoon, and I wasn't even big, but whatever. Fuck all y'all, right? And he was on there, and he was yelling at me, "Hey, watch out, you fat ass! I'll see you later." Blah blah. He was talking shit, whatever. And then that's the last interaction that I had with him. And then he got killed. I see that guy's face. I don't remember, but I remember Otay, Parker, and Contreras, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. And then I came up here with those.
Yeah, and then we were the ones that transported them up to Al Asad.
Yeah, they're in my truck. They're laying down. They're in my truck, and I was standing up because I didn't know what to do. And it was the ugliest feeling in the world because when we're transferring them, like you could tell that their bodies were hitting the the Humvee, bed or whatever. It felt ugly because I'm like, dude, I wanted to hold their heads just because fuck. I mean, so I sat down with one of them because I think Adams was with me back there too. Adams and Martinez.
Yep.
And we just kind of like cradled some of them so that way, I mean, of course they weren't, there with us anymore, but it was just
it's a respect thing.
Wanted to do. Yeah, I mean,
well, not only that, I mean, their families are going to see them eventually. There's no reason for things to be worse.
Yeah, right? And we were going pretty quick because I want to say, Musser, we got shot at too, right? On the way up there.
We did.
And we couldn't stop because, I don't think we wanted to stop.
That's right.
We wanted to transport, so we just flew through it.
Yep.
Right?
No, we got engaged just north of the city, but we didn't stop. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because we wanted to take them,
Yep.
So yeah, I do remember that.
No, that mission, that was a rough mission. That wasn't fun.
Mm-mm. No, I remember that. That was ugly. Yeah. That was not too good.
Yeah. And then shortly thereafter, June 30th was when Matt 3 was out all night, and then Condi was killed on the morning of July 1st. Shortly thereafter, the police station got blown up. Let's see. OP Library got blown up on July 21st.
We went to that one.
Yeah. I think almost everybody did. And that was the one that was kind of sort of famous on the Oliver North War Story show. There was, Humvees bounding and shooting it and all that stuff, taking fire next to Saddam's mosque. So there's a lot of people.
I think was that like the government? Was it the government center?
So it was right next to the government center.
Okay, yeah. So I remember that.
Yep. And then August was Operation Traveler. That was when we were going after Zarqawi, and we ended up getting his driver, and that was it. Because his mom or grandma or something like that, aunt, uncle, something lived in Ramadi.
Yeah.
Actually, he was bringing up Oliver North. He rode with us a lot.
Yeah.
And so did a lot of other reporters for whatever reason. I know we took him around. Do you have any specific memories of trying to deal with the reporters and or Oliver North?
No, I remember getting shot at, and Oliver North is like just jumping out of the truck like he had his own fucking weapon, and he's like, "They're over there, shoot that way," and we're like, "Get the fuck back get back. You're behind us. Oh man, what's wrong with you? He was just like that tough old man. He didn't give a shit. His reporter would always stay in the truck. Like he wouldn't get out. I mean, I'm sorry, reporter. His cameraman.
Yeah.
He'd always stay in the truck. He wouldn't get out once he heard any kind of scuffle or round or just anything. That was his cue to stay his ass in the truck, and he wouldn't get off. All our North would get off. He didn't give a shit. He just get off, and I mean, of course, that's good old Ollie, right? So, I mean,
yeah.
And what can you tell him either? Like, it's fucking. He's been there, done that. So, you don't want to be like, get in the truck. He'd probably tell you go fuck yourself. And do it himself. You know what I mean? So.
Now I remember early on when he was with us, it was after a scuffle, and he said something about it reminding him about Vietnam. He had a little bit of a grin on his face when he said it. He was like, "Good shit, gents," or something. I can't remember what he said, but I was like, "All right, you're living your dream, and you're."
He was in your truck a lot with because I was in there a few times with him with you.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I think Gunny
had an up-armored vehicle at the time.
Yeah, we got it. I ended up having an up-armored vehicle a little bit more often, but that was mostly it was because they would give us. I think it was. I mean, Gunny even said to me, he's like, he wanted to give me the reporters and Oliver because he knew that out of anybody, I was probably the least likely to say something stupid, and so he always gave me the special package to deal with.
Yeah, and
so
pretty much where you went, I was with you. So fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do remember him being there. I've seen because I want to say when we got back, he had made was it like a battle over Ramadi something or whatever. Like it was a whole, not just one specific battle. It was like a generalized of what we did and the training part of what we did to go over there. But I think that got cut from the DVD because that's not on there, and I was hoping it would because fuck, I was on the fucking training part at least shit, right? But that got cut for some reason, and I've been always trying to look for it because they show us. I remember when we did that CQB training and we went to some fucking town and we had like those vests.
The one in the backyard.
Well, I don't know where we're at to tell you the truth, but I mean, and we had like that little, where if you get shot, it'll tell you on the chest, leg, arm, or whatever.
That sounds like you were wearing Miles gear, and that would be March Air Force Base. That was March Air Force Base in the old abandoned officers' housing.
Yeah, there you go. And so I mean, and then he had footage of us doing that, and then going off and then doing other things. Just I like to see the training aspect before, and then see what we went through, and then when we came back. 80 years older and shit,
Yeah, for sure.
So that would have been cool to see. But I mean, I think because I want to say he had showed it to us when we had our pretty much first Marine Corps ball. Like when we got back, we didn't really have one.
Yeah.
And then he had it on the big screen. But of course, no one really cared.
I forgot about that, but I think I'm remembering that now. There was a lot more. There was a lot more footage.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I wish you would have kept it in some kind of outtake reel or just something so that way we could look back and see all the guys because they showed the faces. Like it's hard to see when he's doing real time, warfare, who's doing what because you're moving so fast. Like, you don't see what faces that they are, who's doing what or what, but just to show their training of what you did leading up to it. And there, I think he talked to a lot of people. They, kind of like interviews and shit. So, I wish
he did some interviews.
That. Yeah. All right. So I wish we had that, but we didn't. And then I remember Dan Rathers did a piece on us too.
Yeah, I have that. I have a copy of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do.
Fucking, well, Blake's on last year. You fucking hit for me, I guess. I
think I was going to say in my head, I was like, I know I saw you, but I don't think we talked at all. Yeah. That's my fault, I guess. I don't know.
Mustard shows up and it just abandons me again for a whole fucking year. Yeah.
I have an insecure attachment style, Rocha. Give me a break. I don't know how to love you.
No,
Well, I appreciate you
hope I don't
sharing,
have-
man.
I hope I don't have fucking nightmares tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna blame you, Blake. Bringing up all this shit. But yeah, it's fun though. That was good.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime, brother.
If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe for future episodes on your favorite podcast service.